Hi, today I'm going to teach everyone how to do a boutonniere. This is my preference and everyone has a different way of doing it. But basically boutonnieres are a little bit time consuming as far as the amount of time you put into it and sometimes thinking how small it is when you're finished. But it's an important piece of a wedding package. I've done 29 to go to an African destination wedding, and that probably took me longer than to do bouquets. Here is a small stem, silk stem, nice quality. It's basically a small rose, and I haven't cut it down to size so much, but I'm not going to cut this because I'm going to be using it for something else. But when I start, we have our floral boutonniere pins or corsage pins. We have some pieces of greenery, which I like to use, and today it's very popular to use a lot of greenery. Some boutonnieres are nothing but greenery. Nice wire cutters or floral cutters, and they're different than the ones you use for fresh, because fresh stems generally are not sometimes as hard to cut as really thick artificial stems. And then I have a little piece of bling. Here's my pins here, and of course floral tape. Floral tape of today is not as sticky as the floral tape used to be years ago, so beware. When I start doing it, I generally will take my piece here that's maybe a little bit too long, and I kind of thin it out because this is going to be wrapped into the stem. So by doing so, this allows me to have a little bit thinner area around the stem that I'm going to wire. You don't want all this thickness there. You can do a thick stemmed boutonniere, but most of my customers don't like that. So it's more or less like placement, where you want to put it and how you want this to appear on your piece. And then I start kind of doing a little at a time. I don't put it together because this gives it a little bit more sturdiness as you wrap in layers. And this I will cut off that thick end. So you wrap in layers, and as I go down, there's a preference on everybody on how long you want your stem. So decide how you want it. There's also the traditional curly stem bottom, but I'm not going to do that today. We're going to do some layering, like I said, of greens, and then I'll put this one maybe over here. Just like I said, preference as to what you want. This would be just really, if you have a nubbins, I call them, sticking out, just cut that off because it just adds to not looking so nice when you're wrapping it. Okay, and then we'll go back and just keep wrapping and making it tight like this to stick, because this floral tape should stick to itself. Should and do are two different things. And then deciding where you want to put your embellishment, your little bling, as I call it. And then I want that to be at the bottom. And you keep wrapping all the way down. Now, if you want to add and make it a thicker stemmed area, you can always take a piece of this, which is another stem that you've cut off, which I did in this case, cut off of this stem, and then wrap that down really nice and tight, because every time you stretch your floral tape, it should be giving you some stickiness. It actually releases the stickiness. I cut that down. You can do it before. And there you go. It's that easy. And just add your corsage pin to the back, and you've got yourself a nice little boutonniere. Thanks for tuning in.